that picture.
So Nablus is a bit of a hectic city, man. It's kind of, the city's kind of crushed in between these two big mountains. It's in a valleyway, and it's just all these dope little streets, man. Little alleyways everywhere. People are super friendly as well. Everybody's laughing at me for doing this, but yeah. If you're not gonna be embarrassed vlogging, then what are you doing? You can find me hanging out the window with my neck cranked, travelling from the south to the north of the West Bank, east to the Green Line, feast for a keen eye, military occupation only for the meantime. Forget the propaganda, come and see the real thing. City in a valley that's surrounded by the steel ring. The lads in this town ain't fucking around when the occupation breaks in, shutting it down. They told me I should never go to Nablus. Heads on the telly said the devil's up in Nablus. Every second fella is a rebel up in Nablus. You're entering the lion's den up in Nablus. If you're not coming to buy and sell Nablus, nothing but smiles and a welcome in Nablus. And you'll agree if you ever been to Nablus, everyone I met's a fucking legend up in Nablus. So no matter where you go in the city, you're flanked by these two big kind of mountain ridges all along it. So the city comes through like a big kind of long valley. So the city kind of goes lengthways, and everywhere you look, every time you pass a corner, you're gonna see the two big mountain ridges that are kind of surrounding us. And there's a big breeze coming through this valley, which is good because I got the sweatiest testicles in town, as per usual. So about these mountains, right? We're going to get up there later. I'm going to show, we're going to get to something extremely fucking interesting. But not this mountain, but the one up on the other side. We're going to climb up to the top of it, or probably get a taxi, because I said sweaty testicles. But there's, yeah, stay put, and we're going to visit the area that holds the smallest religious minority on earth. The Holy Land, scene of the world's most intractable geopolitical clusterfuck, a battleground that haunts our collective subconscious, populated by regular people trying to get by. Torn apart by walls of concrete, steel, fear and paranoia, it's also home to some of the most amazing sights and humans on our planet. So let's go for a stroll. It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land. Israel, Palestine, Israel, Palestine. It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land. Israel, Palestine, Israel, Palestine. It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land. 4867, is it hell, is it heaven? It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land. Shite Guide to the Holy Land. And as always, the big feature of walking around here looking like a fucking Egypt with a camera, everybody's shouting out the window, "Welcome to Palestine!" I will never get fed up of hearing that. Just dope. Nablus is a fascinating city deep in the West Bank, north of Ramallah and south of Jenin. The city is located in Area A, which means that the Palestinian people themselves have some control over their own affairs, but it is completely surrounded by Area B, which is called joint control between the locals and Israel, and Area C, which is fully controlled by their neighbours. In reality, the city can be closed off by the Israeli army at any time of their choosing, and raids by the army into the city to arrest people are frequent and bloody. Despite the sad state of affairs, it is an incredible place to visit to experience the magical Palestinian hospitality and culture. Let's take a little peep of this map from the UN about the restrictions placed on Nablus by its neighbouring nation. The blue areas here indicate Area C, which means Israel has full military control and it completely surrounds Nablus. At any time of its choosing, it can close down roads and set up roadblocks to hamper access to the city by residents or the supply chain. or, if it likes, completely close off the roads and lock the entire city in, as it did during the Second Intifada. I was lucky with my visit, as a day or two later would have seen me trapped within the city by the occupying army. Since my visit, attacks on locals by settlers have exploded and tensions are at an all-time high. In these parts, man, it's wild. You cannot comprehend the actual history that's going on here, man. Just walking down the fucking street here after a kanafa and a sign says Roman Amphitheater. And there's just a fucking Roman amphitheater just in the city right here, randomly. Suppose time for a quick montage about the Roman history of Nablus, right now. Nablus takes its name from the original Roman city Flavia Neapolis, built by the Emperor Vespasian in the year 72. It was built 2 kilometers away from the ancient settlement of Shechem, built by the Canaanites and destroyed by the Romans in their war against the Samaritans, who still live in the hills above Nablus. And as always in this part of the world, rules of the road are just a serving suggestion. But yeah, man, look at all these. It's full of cool little nooks and alleyways to explore, man. It's dope. So basically, you've got like kind of super old parts of the city mixed in with the newer, more modern parts. So like everywhere in the area, like the old city and the old stuff built hundreds of years ago just lives side by side with the more modern vibes. Well, man, I don't know what this archway is or what it was, but I'll Google it later and we'll have a peep around. Just dope, man. I've only been here about 20 minutes, but this town is dope. Maybe some of my Arabic viewers can tell me what that means. In 636, the Romans were finally defeated after 700 years of ruling the area, and Nablus fell under Muslim rule and flourished with a population of Muslims, Christians, Jews and Samaritans, earning the nickname of Little Damascus. Later, the Crusaders rolled through, acting the absolute bollocks, as they were known to do, and again this land changed ownership. Synagogues turned into churches, churches changed into mosques, mosques turned back into churches, people converted whenever it was necessary or profitable. Cultures clashed, genes mixed, and the sands of time blew in everyone's eyes, and the city kept on rolling, expanding outwards and flowing out through the valleys. So I think it's maybe time to get lost in some of these small little alleyways, man. We're down in the old town, and it's basically just an absolute warren of these small, cool little streets. As in, cool, they look cool, and cool that, it's not so, the heat is not so oppressive. But yeah, I'm gonna be careful not to film anybody up too close, because this is one of the more, I'll just say, like conservative towns. Oh, good, my man.
Good.
Why? People should come to Nablus, yes? You like it?
Nablus good, very good Nablus.
Nablus is good. What is your, the best kanafa in the town?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name Ronan.
My name is Muhammad.
My man, good to meet you, man. Do you know where I can find the number one kanafa?
من هون على اليمين.
This?
On the left.
On the left. Yeah. It's good, yeah? My man. Shukran, brother. Peace. My man. So, the mission is almost solved. The thing Nablus is most famous for in the region when it comes to delicacies is kanafa. And I've been saving myself for the last few weeks to not have kanafa until I get to this town. So the lads are saying it's somewhere this way. I have no idea where, but I'm pretty sure we're going to find out soon. And I'll show you what kanafa is. Coming close, I think I can smell the sticky, sugary goodness of the kanafa. So this is where the dude sent us. something sweets. Damascus sweets. All right, let's have a look. Just this, my man. It's looking good, man. The place is famous for its sweetie goodness. Oh, baby. Bro, one, please. This best kanafa in the country. So, oh, baby. I'm excited. Oh, shukran, brother. Look at this. It doesn't get sugary or sweeter than this. So, what we're dealing with here is like a sweet cheese pastry and doused in like a sugary syrup. And they use either goat's cheese or sheep's cheese. And then I think some of the kind of cheaper ones in the city then use cow cheese. But yeah, this is the primo shit, baby. Have a look at this. I swear to God, this is unfucking believable. Yeah, man. Nablus has very different feeling neighborhoods. The city feeling of the downtown is a world away from the ancient back streets and winding passageways on its outskirts. Mamluk architecture is now host to cosmopolitan hangouts scattered amongst its traditional old-school businesses, and it's an absolute joy to get lost in its back alley reveries. How amazing is this, man? The alleyways. I've no idea where I'm going. I'm just following the cracks in the wall. Like, oh man, look at that. I feel like that's probably somebody's gaff, so I don't want to, yeah it is, I don't want to just rock up into someone's house. Yeah man, the smells, the sights, the colours. So, you absolutely cannot come to Nablus unless you get their most famous product. We've come across their little factory right here. So we're going to try and go in and see if we can get a little tour. Bing, bing, bing. It's the soap factory, baby. See, these factories have been operating, as in even this particular one, I checked it out before I came here. He knows the story, my man. A lot of well-wishers. So this gaff has been operating for 850 years as a soap factory. 850 years the area's been famous for its soap. It's they basically make it with olive oil, special virgin olive oil, and yeah man, it's basically the best gift you can get anybody from Nablus. So I'm going to ask the dude. I heard they're a bit private about the videos, so hopefully we'll be able to get a quick video. The dude will show us around. Nablus is famous for its soap products, and the city has several soap factories you can visit and get a little tour. This particular one is owned by the Al Nabulsi family, who've been in the business for over 200 years, and the building is 800 years old. The soap industry in this area is legendary due to its ancient techniques and the incredible quality, as the soap is mainly produced from local olive oil, and Palestine has the highest quality olives on earth. Sadly, most of the factories in the West Bank have had to close in recent years due to the military occupation, and the factories in Nablus have been reduced from 42 to only 3. If you're in town, it's well worth checking out, and if you can't make it to Palestine, you can just order them online.
When I go to a new town, I like to walk through the market, 'cause I find the presence of strangers so pleasant, it feels like the essence of heaven incarnate. Looking at the locals doing their thing, keenly aware I'm a stranger, viewing the fruits of their labor, butchers and bakers, customers, traders. What have you seen? Where have you been? What do you dream of? Who did you love? Why do you cry? When did you smile? What do you pray for to come from above? I wanna find a way to belong. Some say I waited too long, finding a face in the throng. Be grateful that this ain't the place being bombed. You could give me riches and pearls, you could give me a palace of harlots, but there's no better gift in the world than a fabulous market, Nablus market. You could give me riches and pearls, you could give me a palace of harlots, but there's no better gift in the world than a fabulous market, Nablus market.
Hello. So one of the big features around this city, well, a big feature around most Palestinian cities, is things you'll see on the walls. Always posters of the martyrs. So like all of these cities will have like posters up of yeah, basically the martyrs, man. So the city we're in at the moment, Nablus, is pretty much is, or maybe was, a like a hotbed of revolution against the occupation. And the city was really kind of closed down for a long time during the Second Intifada, because the thing is, during the Second Intifada, from like the 2000s on, Nablus was exporting a lot of lads into Israel proper, especially suicide bombers and the likes. And at the moment, as I'm speaking at the moment, yesterday, Israel began another attack into Gaza, and it all sort of began from a lad from Nablus getting arrested. So yeah, it's interesting, man. The people seem nice, but then again, when you walk around and you see the martyrs everywhere, it leaves a kind of sour taste in the mouth, you know. I don't know who they are, I don't know what they did, but yeah, we know how they ended up, you know. The Second Intifada, or uprising in 2002, had an absolutely devastating impact on the city, and the shockwaves are still felt 2 decades later. The back alleys of Nablus are heavy with history, and the ghosts of the past are very much present. In a land that has never been free, the countless souls who perished in rage or fear wander this maze of winding streets. Hope and despair, the eternal longing to be free, to control your own destiny, the longing to live as regular people, to escape the suffocation, to join the nations of earth as equals. It's a tangible emotion hanging in the air and billowing around every corner like a scented breeze. Wandering around these ancient neighborhoods transports you to another realm where radical empathy is the only rational response.
and the only natural reaction.
The Israeli military on a dawn raid in the occupied West Bank. They arrived in force in the city of Nablus, looking for this man, Ibrahim al-Nabulsi, a senior figure in Al-Aqsa Martyrs brigades.
Ooh, baby, what's this, lemon?
Yeah, like a lemonade.
Oh, it's happening. It is happening. One of this.
Lemon,
Yeah, man. How much?
1 shekel.
It's okay, man. Shukran. Oh my God. So, someone told me when I'm fed up of the little alleyways and the narrow streets that we can pop in here to the turquoise hostel, and apparently they've got one of the best views in the old city centre. I've no idea, but we'll have a look. I think so. Oh, you can feel the coolness already, man. This stone, this beautiful golden stone, just keeps you cool.
Or just planning to work here and talk with people and learn to do dance.
Again, for the last couple of weeks I've absolutely no idea where I'm going, but we're on the roof. Oh. Man, the homies weren't lying about the view. I've never seen anything like this in my life, man. Unbelievable. You get a commanding view over the entire city centre. You can see that we're flanked by the two mountain ridges. So what we're going to do next, we're going to go up over this hill here and to see the world's smallest minority. But the problem is, it's Saturday, so it's Shabbat. So the community up there are probably not going to be visible, and we may not even be able to get a taxi up. And my arse is already too sweaty for this hike, so I guess we'll try our best.
City of writers, providers and fighters, flies in a web trying to hide from the spider. Hop into a cab, step the driver a fiver to take me away from the gaze of the sniper. The walls and the wire, the noose gets tighter. The cameras on the occupation roofs get higher. Concept of justice is burned on the pyre. The promise of freedom is lost in the fire. They told me I should never go to Nablus. Heads on the telly said the devil's up in Nablus. Every second fella is a rebel up in Nablus. You're entering the lion's den up in Nablus. If you're not coming to buy and sell Nablus, nothing but smiles and a welcome in Nablus. And you'll agree if you ever been to Nablus, everyone I met's a fucking legend up in Nablus.
How nice of the guy to let us in. So, we're up. We have exactly 9 minutes to walk around here because it's Shabbat. We really shouldn't be up here. So this is, you've heard of the Samaritans? Well, this is their town. So the people who live here, this is basically the smallest minority, smallest religious minority on earth. And what's interesting about the Samaritans, they actually consider themselves to be like direct descendants of the Israelites. So basically, kind of like they see themselves as like the kind of original Jewish people. So when the Jewish people were exiled back in the day, the Babylonian exile, the Samaritans were the people who actually they stayed here. They never actually left the land, and so they believe that their kind of older type of Judaism is the original Judaism, and they believe that on the top of this mountain is the most holy site on earth. So we'll say modern Jews, they believe that Abraham came to the top of Mount Moriah, which is in basically in Jerusalem. They believe Jerusalem to be the center of the world, the most holy place on earth. But the Samaritans believe that it's actually this mountain here. And so it's, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, Gezirim, I'm not too sure, but pretty amazing. I'm trying not to disturb anybody because it is Shabbat. So essentially this community, it's the smallest religious community on earth. What does that mean? It means there's about 800 Samaritans in the entire world, and exactly half of them live up on this mountaintop. So they lived in Nablus until the 1967 war, and because they're essentially they're Palestinian Jews, so they're Arabic people, but they're also Jewish people. So when the 1967 war happened, they left the town of Nablus and they came up to the top of this mountain that is so holy to them. And it's so unusual. They're kind of they're basically kind of like how would you say the bridge. The bridge between Israel and Palestine to a degree, you know?
The Samaritans are the only inhabitants of this land who have citizenship of both Israel and Palestine, and many view them as key to the future peace of this area, as they are allowed flow through the checkpoints and are looked on sympathetically by both parties. When hostilities kick off, they remain neutral, and all sides respect that decision and their ancient ties to this land.
Got a viewpoint. The old temple.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, it's been turned to like a pipe area and trash, but this is the old temple.
Oh my god. There's no doubt about it.
Amazing.
No doubt about it.
Absolutely amazing.
You can even see the sacrificial site from here. It's right there. So that's the sacrificial site.
Where? Across.
Even what we say, most people across, well, Kufi, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Well, man, there are many truths.
You gotta get in right now.
Wow.
You go there, and if you actually go on the path of the mountain, you can see Roman remains.
Jeez. Unbelievable, man. So, do you guys have much business down in the town, or it's a kind of closed community?
We have businesses pretty much anywhere, in Nablus, in Israel on the inside.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people who work on the inside. I personally work there.
Yeah. Lads, the parable about the Good Samaritan is true. This is the nicest community I've ever come across in my life. Everyone's coming out to to say hello and to show around. I can't believe it. An amazingly beautiful people up here. Just fascinating. So they only have 4 chapels, we've been told. One over there, another one up there, and 2 more in Tel Aviv. So the entire religion has 4 chapels, and we're looking at half of them. So the people are out enjoying Shabbat, but a very different style from what we've seen in Israel. So we've been told that the original slaughtering spot across from the old temple is right here. So we've really got the most amazing historical tour. Hello. Just amazing, absolutely fascinating. I make YouTube videos.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I swear I saw you. I swear I saw you.
maybe not me. I'm only very small.
That's your YouTube.
Yeah.
You will have a new subscriber today. Why?
The Samaritans are following me on YouTube, lads. That's all you need to know.
That's funny.
The places are, because Corona hit, and so they did not work. Bad time for a travel show.
No, he's not in training.
So I'm trying not to film these absolute legends who have all just randomly come out to tell me about the history and the culture and everything. So I'm doing my best not to film them. But they're telling us this is... see, they actually speak a language. They speak ancient Hebrew. So Israelis, they speak like a kind of modern Hebrew that was, modernized for modern times. But these lads here speak basically... this is the language of the Bible. It's kind of they say ancient Sumerian or Aramaic, all these kind of influences. Basically one of the oldest languages in the world. These people, I can't stress it, go directly back to the Israelites of old. I would recommend anybody come up here. I've never in my life met a nicer bunch of people who just all coming out of their house and just chatting. And I'm just telling the story of their people, man. It's I don't know. I'm actually stuck. I'm lost for words. This is absolutely just mind blowing. There you have it. The doorman was not happy with us taking an old 2-hour stay instead of 10 minutes. But there you have it, lads. The Samaritans, one of the smallest religious groups in the world, and I don't say this lightly, that is the nicest group of people I've ever had the fortune of meeting. So if you come to Nablus, you gotta get yourself up to the top of the mountain, man. Don't come on Shabbat because everything is closed, but whenever you come, gonna be a nice time. Behold the Good Samaritans. And now the only issue I have is how the fuck do I get down off this mountain, because these are some of the squiggliest, spaghettiest roads I've ever been on in my life. So we'll see what happens. Thank you.
Thank you.
شكرا. You are never lost in Palestine. A family just brought us down from up on the mountains. It's going to be very sad to leave this place.